Ross Jones, Chaplain at St Bart's in Lime Street, East Perth. Welcome to the daily devotion on Psalm 31 verses 1 to 5, which reads, "In you, O Lord, I have taken refuge. Let me never be put to shame. Deliver me in your righteousness. Turn your ear to me. Come quickly to my rescue. Be my rock of refuge, a strong fortress to save me. Since you are my rock and my fortress, for the sake of your name, lead and guide me. Free me from the trap that is set for me, for you are my refuge. Into your hands I commit my spirit. Redeem me, O Lord, the God of truth." This psalm is a plea for deliverance from the intrigues, plots, and conspiracies of an enemy. The psalmist appeals to the God of truth for protection from the lying lips, arrogant speech, and accusing tongues of one's opponents. Yahweh, God of the covenant, is envisaged as the strong fortress and refuge by which the besieged psalmist is protected from attack and preserved from personal assault. The psalm moves between the experience of extreme anguish and the realization of great confidence and trust in the power of Yahweh to save and protect. The psalmist is acknowledging that those who put their trust in Yahweh continue to suffer. The righteous cannot hope to avoid suffering and oppression from the hand of the wicked, yet they can face such suffering in full dependence that Yahweh's righteousness mirrors and affirms their own. They trust that divine righteousness will ultimately fill the earth, revealing wickedness and affirming the righteous who endure faithfully. This is not for a quick fix or for pain avoidance, but is instead aligning oneself with what is true and right regardless of painful consequences. In the statement, "Be my rock, a strong fortress," is the psalmist's willingness to take refuge in Yahweh. The psalmist calls on Yahweh to be with the psalmist as trusted God, the place of security and protection from the enemy. The psalmist desires to experience right now the sense of a secure place from which to face the attacks of their enemy. The picture is of a remote rocky crag or well-protected military outpost in rugged mountain terrain. From behind such an impregnable defence, the psalmist can watch the futile plots and conspiracies of their enemy. Then in the statement, "Since you are my rock and my fortress," is the psalmist admitting that the refuge hoped for is already present. The tension of desperate desire along with confident experience of divine deliverance and protection. This affirmed that the psalmist's chief desire was for an abiding sense of spiritual and emotional protection from God rather than for escape from all hurt and attack. The psalmist is far too astute an observer of human affairs to anticipate unlikely results. What the psalmist seeks is enduring courage and a sense of divine presence in the face of ongoing struggle and strife. And then the statement, "Lead and guide me," is the psalmist who is surrounded by enemies and feeling the need for divine guidance to avoid rushing headlong into hidden pitfalls on the way to the secure stronghold of safety and refuge. And then the final statement, "Into your hands I commit my spirit," is the psalmist making an act of commitment into the hand of the God of truth who is trusted to redeem the faithful. To commit one's spirit to God is more than trust for physical deliverance of one's self. It's also the making of the ultimate surrender of one's life into the care of God. So let us pray for those who feel the need for deliverance from persecution and suffering. Loving God, whose Son was both victim and victor, we cry to you for those who are suffering in whichever way is significant to them. Be with them in confusion and pain. Heal the wounds of body and mind. Break open the prisons of fear, self-doubt and despair. And strengthen them to face the future with faith, hope and courage. Reach out to them with your love, that they may be made whole in body, mind, and spirit through the healing touch of the suffering Christ. Amen.